Has the season started yet? No? Then what are we talking about? I guess we gotta talk about something. I guess we gotta create content now. I gotta become a content creator. I just want to get to the next season and see CC win a couple of these rings and things. But we got months until then. So I guess we just gotta pick something to talk about, right? And what else better than the next thing going is Juju Watkins. Now, Stephen A. Smith has come out on ESPN or whatever, and there's been another article by some sports media company that's saying basically the same thing. It's not enough coverage of Juju Watkins. There should be more. And that Caitlin Clark is getting all the coverage, and why are they not talking about Juju Watkins like they talked about Caitlin Clark? And I'm just sitting back thinking, the people that's saying this are the very people that could talk about Juju Watkins. Stephen A. Smith, you got your own YouTube platform. You can talk about Juju Watkins every episode if you want, but you don't. Shannon Shay Gay Sharp, same thing, man. Club Gay, you could talk about it all day. Juju Watkins, but you don't. So it's funny to hear you two, specifically you two, say she need to get more coverage, but y'all choose not to cover her. Okay. Then I'm thinking, as much as Caitlin Clark got, Juju Watkins should get the same amount of coverage. I'm like, what? That don't make sense. Caitlin Clark didn't get no coverage when she was a sophomore, putting up the best numbers that we have seen a women's college basketball player put up. Even as a freshman in her sophomore season, she was putting up better numbers than Juju Watkins is putting up. But nobody heard of her. Y'all didn't talk about her. Y'all didn't cover her. Nowhere close to the way you covering Juju Watkins as a sophomore in college. Nowhere close. It wasn't until Caitlin Clark went on that March Madness run and had to take down Goliath in South Carolina, 41 points, put up historical numbers versus a historical team, and got the W. That's when y'all started to talk about Caitlin Clark, the national media networks. Y'all wasn't talking about her before then. None of her junior year, none of her sophomore year, none of her freshman year. And really, not even as much as you talking about Juju right now in her senior year, in Caitlin Clark's senior year. You didn't talk about Caitlin Clark in her senior year the way as much as you talk about Juju Watkins in her sophomore season. When y'all started getting on Caitlin Clark in the national media spotlight, is when she was real close to breaking Pistol Pete's record. Then you heard chatters. And of course, now again, of course, all Iowa fans and Big Ten fans knew about Caitlin Clark. She's been torching Big Ten, 3 consecutive Big Ten championships in a row. 3 consecutive. For people in the back who always tell me she don't win championships, she got 3 of them. Not the national title, that's a different one. But also the Big Ten, it is a conference to be reckoned with, for one. It's not like it's some D2 level type of a conference. It's the WAC or something like that. No, it's Big Ten basketball. Now they've added on a lot more teams this year, so now it's much more difficult to get through there to that Big Ten. But Caitlin Clark and Iowa won 3 consecutive back-to-back Big Ten championships. Nobody says that. Nobody even talks about that for real. I guess they feel like, oh, we can't bring that up because she didn't win the ultimate one, the national title. That, man, do you understand? One and done during a whole March Madness run. A lot of the times, the best team doesn't win the championship. Do y'all know that? A lot of the times, upsets happen. Well, I know on the men's side. I don't. The women's side, Connecticut, the way they've been stacked up for years, they for sure was gonna win. Tennessee, the way the Lady Vows was stacked up for years, better than everybody else in college, they was for sure gonna win. And men on the men's side, it's so much competition all around the board in men's basketball, especially college, to where you might miss out on a kid you didn't think he was highly recruited, or he wasn't on your top board because he didn't go to all the AAU camps and this, that, and the other, but he off the chain. And he end up at a D, a lower level conference, Power 3 school or something like that, Tulsa University type situation. You understand what I'm saying? But baller, OSU type of situation, but ballers, and can creep up on you if they got the proper coach and upset you in March Madness tournament. It happens. You can lose to a team you don't even think has a chance. It's a lot of Cinderella stories on the men's side. I don't know about the women's college side as if it's a lot of Cinderella. I doubt it. I have not heard of no Cinderella stories. Usually the teams with the best players on the team in college, they usually win a championship because they're usually stacked up, like Connecticut, Lady Vows, now South Carolina. They usually stacked up. They stacked up to where 1 through 10 on the roster, their talent level is way better than everybody else's. So it's like, it's not even really. But for Kaylin to win 3 Big Ten titles, that's big. And again, nobody talked about it, though. Nobody covered Kaylin Clark like that. So stop your lies. And y'all covering the hell out of Juju Watkins. That's all I hear every other day. Juju, which I love Juju Watkins. She's a hooper. Okay? She's a doggy dog. Okay? You would never hear me try to minimize or say anything lesser than she's a killer. Is she Kaylin Clark? No. You always know. That's on some other stuff. But Juju is Juju. She's a foo-foo. She's to be reckoned with. Man, I don't mind you covering her as much as y'all been covering her. Now, the way you covering her, pinning her to Kaylin Clark or trying to exceed her over Kaylin Clark, and she's a sophomore in college, that's ridiculous on all accounts. And y'all trying to set it up too. She wins a championship, then yeah, she should have the best college career. She could be considered as no, hush. Again, that's a team thing. She got a stacked up squad. Now, what's impressive is if you take a squad like Iowa and win a championship. If you're the main player of a team like an Iowa team, and you take them, beat everybody and win a chip, oh, wait, stupid, hats off. Hats off. But when you stacked up team like a Breanna Stewart, who won all 4 years at Connecticut, best team hands down by far, wasn't even close in all of college that she was on. Same thing with Diana Taurasi. Same thing. Best college team by far. When Notre Dame won a championship with Enrique and all kind of other players, Breonna Turner, I think, and so many players, about 5 WNBA first rounders that was on that team. Of course, Skylar Diggins. I just know they had a stacked up squad. I seen somewhere. I think Mike Talks Hoops or somebody showed the squad that Enrique was on that won that championship. In college, might have been Breonna Turner and some other players, top-notch players. But yeah, man, Juju get all the coverage that a sophomore in college should get, especially who ain't won shit yet. I can see if she just won a chip, like or something like that. Like we still gotta let her go on her March Madness run and see what that's like. See how she doing that. And all of that, but keep covering Juju. But to say you ain't covering enough when you got your own platforms to cover as much as you want, it's just stupidity. It's delusion. It's just retarded. To say Juju's not getting enough coverage as a sophomore in college who ain't done nothing, won nothing yet, that's just silly too. Stupidity. All of it's dumb. So again, y'all keep trying to push the narratives. Us fans, we not stupid, especially us Clarkies. We definitely not. We see what you're trying to do, and it ain't working. And you actually messing Juju up more because it's turning a lot of people off to Juju when you pin her against Caitlin Clark, and y'all still trying to keep this division going. Since you see the Angel Reese saga and Caitlin Clark, that's out. That rivalry, that's like, yeah, it's a rivalry, but the talent level is too off balance. It's way off scale. Caitlin Clark is on a whole nother planet than Angel Reese. And everybody know. Y'all know that everybody knows that now too. Even her supporters, they know she is nothing like Caitlin Clark. Okay, the first year they was trying to, they tried to put, but then as the year showed itself and time went on, you clearly could see, unless you're just off your hot meds, unless you're on hot meds or something, that's the only way you think Angel Reese is anywhere close to being on a level of a Caitlin Clark. I'm talking about with impact. I know they play different positions. I'm talking about impact for their team. Let's just say impact, an impact player. She is nowhere close to being an impact player as Caitlin Clark is. Period. Juju Watkins, she's an impact player. She's not on Caitlin Clark level. Caitlin Clark can score the ball just as better to me than Juju Watkins. All that stuff looked good. The tween, the step back, the Euro, all that shit looked good. But at the end of the day, girl, you're putting the ball in the hole. I don't care if it's the mid-range, it's a layup, it's a logo three. Are you consistently putting the ball in the hole? I don't care how it looked, how pretty it looked, how ugly it looked. Are you getting it done? And CC22, she gets it done. Period. On the sheesh. But again, we'll have this discussion another time. Love me some Juju. I don't cover her here because I feel like y'all cover her enough. I feel like y'all, the national media, y'all cover Juju Watkins enough. I don't know how to say nothing. I damn near feel like I had to say something for Caitlin Clark because y'all didn't cover her at all. Punk. Street punks. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. It's the Pope. Peace and love. I'm out.